Greetings and salutations, everyone. My name is Wiggy, and feel free to follow me over on Twitter if you'd like to stay updated with everything I post. With that being said, let us get to the video. Tree of Savior, you beautiful beast. Why do you gotta look so good? Anyway, Tree of Savior is an MMORPG I've come back to a few times now. Always enjoying the experience, to be honest. So I thought, it's time to come back once more, answering those questions a lot of people have, like, is the game still populated? Is it worth playing? Is the game fun? What's the OP class? Yes, the normal. But before that, can I just point out this game is quite deadly. I mean, guys, I just loaded into this area and I'm dead. And so is that person. And that person. Everyone's dying. Why are the monsters at the loading screen? I loaded in dead. That's not even fair. Anyway, let's move on. So, Tree of Savior is, if you hadn't noticed from the visuals you're currently feasting your eyes upon, an anime-inspired MMORPG created in the image of a Ragnarok Online, often referred to as the spiritual successor to it. That being said, it is no mere copy, so do not worry. Tree of Savior has a vast, instanced-off world filled with detailed areas, as I mentioned. I mean, it's just... It's great. I love the graphics. I swear, the first time I played Tree of Savior, I nerded so hard. As an artist myself, loving anime, sprite graphics, you should be able to understand my excitement finding a sprite graphic anime MMORPG. Anyway, I know that graphics in an MMORPG, or a game for that matter, does not make it good by any means. So I'm not trying to say graphics is everything. Looking at you, Black Desert. Tree of Savior implements a highly detailed class system as you gradually advance up different classes once reaching the appropriate level. You, at the start, pick your base class. This class has up to 8 ranks it can achieve. So, as an example, you start off as an archer. Once you reach the appropriate level, the first being level 20, you are then given options to pick which one you would like to rank up. Doing so will give you access to that specific class's skills. Typically, each class gives you access to around 4 or 5 skills. Ranking up and swapping classes doesn't make you lose your previous leveled skills, so that's a good thing. Do keep in mind, some skills do have weapon requirements. Luckily, the game does inform you of what weapons can use what skills. Like I said, the class system is in-depth, very detailed, and quite intimidating for a new player. Finding that perfect blend of classes, class skills, and weapon choices will take a while. But I will always compliment an MMORPG that gives you the freedom to truly shape the character the way you actually want. It is always a plus in my opinion, even if I do horribly in them. Then there's Tree of Savior's combat, which is so good. It's a hybrid action MMORPG, as you've got full control over your attacks. However, unlike a lot of hybrid action MMORPGs, Tree of Savior just seems to do it so smoothly and seamlessly. Maybe it's just the combat in general, but it's a hell of a lot of fun participating in. There's nothing better than murdering hordes of monsters from a flick of your bow, and I will admit, it was hard for my boyfriend to keep up with my AoE pressure. He was often left just standing there, or in this case sitting around, as there were no monsters left for him to fight. Poor Eve. That being said, this is still just early combat, with only the second advancement being reached. There are over 300 levels in this game. 300? I want you guys to take a moment and process this information, because it took me a moment. That is a lot of levels to go through. I mean, I remember when I saw 110 being the max level in World of Warcraft and saying, damn, that is a lot of levels to get through. Now, Tree of Savior tells me that there's over 300 levels. That just blows my mind. Anyway, besides being able to pick and choose between your unnaturally long list of classes, you can also pick your statistics. Not that that's bad, again, but, you know, I do horribly in these kinds of systems because I tend to always pump strength because I really want to be that glass cannon, but then I end up hating being that glass cannon, but I always end up doing it anyway. I don't seem to learn. Then there is, of course, Tree of Savior's population, which is a common asked thing. Is it populated? Well, I can't really see anything when I go into the town center, as my screen is filled up to the brim of names and stalls. So I would say it is populated, but if you do take into consideration Tree of Savior's population in comparison to other populated MMORPGs, it isn't that high, to be fair. And you can see this by the Steam statistics right here. This could be down to the fact that Tree of Savior's visuals doesn't necessarily appeal to a wide audience. It could also be the fact that the game is quite grindy, having, as I mentioned prior, over 300 levels to go through. It can be quite intimidating for a new player, and it may just be a very niche MMORPG. So from a new player's perspective, Tree of Savior is a cute, fun, anime-inspired MMORPG with fantastic combat. However, once you dig deeper into this game, it gets a lot more complicated, and takes a lot more dedication than you would think from just this cute kind of game. I would definitely suggest this game to people who are a fan of Ragnarok Online, or more older styled games that had more thought and weren't just all about flashy effects. Besides that, it is really personal preference. So whilst I did personally enjoy my time playing this game with my boyfriend, I can't say the majority of people would feel the same as me while playing Tree of Savior. As I mentioned prior, it is quite intimidating, and there's a lot of things to take into consideration when playing this game. Then there's also people accusing this game of being pay to win. So taking all of this into consideration, I would say Tree of Savior is, yes, a good game, but it is definitely made for specific players. Not everyone will get into this game. It's very niche. So guys, with that being said, what do you think about Tree of Savior? Do you think it is worth playing as it is currently? I would love to know what you have to say, so please do leave me a comment in the comment section. Anyway, with all of this being said, good day, night, or afternoon, wherever it is where you are, and I will be seeing you guys next time, so don't forget to check it out.